A quick note about the audio of this episode. You might hear a low hum and some background noise, and that is courtesy of the adorable kitty Rosie. So if you hear that, just know that that is cat purring and some swapping of Casey's mic by her cat. So please don't be too mad. It was an adorable kitten. Before we start the show, I want to quickly plug our socials. Follow us on Instagram at @BestYouEver_pod. Also, we're on Blue Sky, Best You Ever Pod, and on YouTube, Best You Ever Pod. We do share some shorts over there. Please email us. Tell us your thoughts, feelings, questions, recipes, jokes, anything that you want to tell us. You can email us to bestyeareverpod@gmail.com. But also, follow, subscribe, rate us on Spotify and Apple Pod. All right, let's start this shit.
Hell yeah. Welcome to Best Year Ever, a movie podcast where each week, one movie at a time, we attempt to answer this very important question. Was 1999 the best year ever for movies? I'm your host, Casey Glenn, and with me is my co-host, the spluttering, overblown, and commanding Jesus Gonzalez. Hi, Jesus.
Hi, Casey. I'm very confused. Splattering? What's splattering?
Spluttering. It's like what you imagine it sounds like.
I fall and I get splat on a hard surface.
No, just like, I don't know. Look it up while I'm doing Era's introduction. Speaking of which,
I will look it up. Fine.
That's not all, folks. Today we have a guest star. So please welcome the clever, resolute, and dynamic Era Freeman. Hi, Era.
Hello. I feel
Hi,
like
Era.
those are good words.
Mm-hmm. They describe a specific character in this movie. Can you
Those
guess
are
which
better
one?
words than my words. So congratulations, Era. I'm not jealous. Era, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how do you know Casey?
Casey's my sister.
Woohoo!
Not by blood. She weirdly married my brother. I don't know why she did that. We're all concerned. We're all confused. But I'm really glad she's in the family. I've worked in film, and that's my background. I live in LA. No.
How do you work in film, if I may ask? Because I'm not clear. I know you work on film. That's all I know, really. That's all.
Well,
Casey has told me about you.
right now I'm on another path right now. But before that, I was in the costume department for like all of the Yellowstone spinoff shows. So like Landman, Bass Reeves. Trying to think of the other ones.
You did Lioness.
Lioness,
Those are dad shows, right?
1000%. Yeah.
I know of them. I am very dad in some aspects, but I'm not that type of dad.
Like Republican father shows, for sure.
Okay. I've tried to get into the shows. Costumes are wonderful. And I'm so glad that you're in that area of expertise because the Phantom Menace have one of the most beautiful costumes of all of the Star Wars.
They're so good. Like rewatching it, I was like really looking at the costumes and they were some of the best in Star Wars, I think.
And it has produced a lot of the best cosplays that I've ever seen. I've seen 1-to-1 reproductions of Padme Amidala, Queen Amidala, in the red glowy orb dress live in like a convention. And it's amazing just kind of to see that because the technology to create that kind of costumes, cosplay versus what it had to be done in 1999, I think, or 1998, really. I think it's coming a long way. So now we can kind of get closer to that a lot cheaper. But before we get too much into costumes, and I already said the name. But Casey, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
And have you seen this movie before today, Casey?
Yes, and I have extensively played the Lego Star Wars version of Episode 1. So.
You know what? I have played the Nintendo 64. It was either the 64 or GameCube. Might have been the GameCube. Episode 1 game. And every time I watch the movie, I think of the most frustrating level, the Gungan City level. and nothing worked correctly. So it was super frustrating to get through that level. And then you had to go to Mos Espa and find this fucking thing from Watto to get you the thing, and it was a very frustrating game. Anyway, I'm traumatized. I'm glad you have Lego on your side.
No, I mean, Lego Star Wars, the real ones know that the pod racing level is incredibly difficult to beat in Lego Star Wars.
I didn't think it was that difficult.
As a kid. Okay, well, you were a full-grown adult, and I was a child. Because you're old.
That is correct. Era, I hear from Casey that she had you watch all of the Star Wars movie in order. So, was this your first ever Star Wars movie?
No. I have seen the the sequels. I've seen the sequels in theater when they came out. And then I think I probably have seen like bits and pieces over the years, but it was when we started this one, it was definitely my first prequel. Like I had never even heard anyone talk about the prequels, really.
Well, because you don't hang out with old men like me, which is totally normal. Casey's the weird one here. So you saw the prequel first, and then the original trilogy.
Yes. That's how we... Okay. And then we have one left of the sequels to rewatch.
Oh, the Rise of Skywalker. It's fine. When Casey told me that you were going to watch all the movies in order. By the way, we will get into ranking. I don't know if you have a ranking, but Casey and I definitely have one. I advise Casey, me, and one of a friend of mine, also guest of the pod, Anna Trumbo, who I was messaging right when you logged in. She and I advised Casey for you to watch it in what it's called the shotgun order. So the shotgun order is you watch episode 4 and 5 to get A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then on Empire Strikes Back you get the big shocking reveal: Luke, I am your father.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for a 40-something-year-old movie. And then, after episode 5, you go back to episode 1 to get Darth Vader's story. And then you watch episode 1, 2, and 3. And then you watch 6 after the third episode. So you get the emotional punch of Darth Vader's background and then his death. Spoilers on episode 6, and then the sequels, which that's fine, like that and then the spin-offs, which are really good movies. I'm a big Han Solo movie fan, but we kind of wanted Casey to go through that order, but she decided for you to go through the episodic order. I'm gonna ask you, do you think you would have enjoyed it more if you gone through chronological release order, or are you okay with the episodic order?
I think the classic release probably would have been better, because you're like jumping around a lot from like you start off with like 2000s and then you go back to the 50s, 60s. When were they made? 70s?
77.
Oh yeah.
Back then.
So you saw those perms, those haircuts, and you thought,
okay, that's a really good point. And then you jump back, and then you go back again to like current day. I feel like it's really just the times that make it a little bit hard, because it feels like you're watching completely different movies. But if you just go when it's released, it makes a little bit more sense. But since I've kind of like dabbled in Star Wars, I was excited to go with a new order.
I think it's very hard for anyone to go into like knowing nothing about Star Wars and what Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. Although I do hear that you didn't know that Senator Palpatine was Emperor Palpatine. Is that correct?
I don't really know that
the old dude was
the old dude,
the senator.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Again, there's a lot of people in these movies, is hard.
No.
Mhm.
Yes, you're 100% correct. I do want to get into reviews first because I'm very curious about your review, Era. Do you have a letterbox? I didn't honestly.
I do. It's just my name.
Can you send me the review while I read Casey's reviews?
Send you my review of the movie?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't.
And then
you can send reviews.
Or
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Oh, I mean, you can send me the link in the chat here in Riverside.
I'm showing my true Gen Z-ness of not knowing how to use technology here.
That is so funny to me because why are millennials the most technological savvy people? Well, I kind of know why, honestly.
Because they're the ones who had to learn it from when it was.
Yeah. I'm going back. Okay.
Wait, I'm almost there. I got it.
I'm laughing at Casey's review because I like Casey's reviews. Okay. Let's do Letterboxd. Our very own Casey Glynn, and then we'll go to Eras. Casey Glynn, you gave Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 3 stars, which I figure it means it's a okay movie. You're probably not going to watch it again, but you're okay with it. I think that's kind of how I figure your star system works. Your review, and I think I already read it in this podcast, but I'll read it again. Qui-Gon and Shmi totally fucked. Yes, they did. That one night that Qui-Gon spent in their house, which for a slave, pretty good house. Just gonna put that out there. They had a garage and everything. I completely agree with you. They definitely fucked. Our guest, Era, 3 stars.
Didn't know we'd be reading reviews.
Oh no, we are reading. Yeah, we're reviewing.
Okay.
I can cut it out if you don't want to, but
no, you can leave it. I don't care.
Your review, very interesting review. Would you go back in time and kill baby Hitler?
Great question.
Not being a time travel movie, but I kind of get it.
Well, he's just he's so adorable in this movie, and you know what he grows up to become. And would you kill that kid?
Yes, but just to defend Anakin Skywalker, in the grand scheme of things, he did bring balance to the Force. He basically destroyed the Sith and the Jedi at the end, if you ignore the sequels a little bit. Just a tiny bit. I like the sequels. I'm gonna say that, but that was the whole point. The Force was in balance, not because the Empire was in power, but because the Jedi were very.
They had a stick up their asses, like genuinely. Like when you start this movie, I'm like, they're annoying.
They thought they owned the Force, which they didn't. I don't like Letterboxd right now.
Why?
Episode 1 has way too many 1 and 2 star reviews, and I don't like that. I don't agree with it. It has a bunch of half-star reviews.
That's wild.
2-star review, it's wild. Every time I rewatch this movie, Jar Jar gets more and more unironically funny. This one 2.5 stars. I still can't tell Natalie Portman and Keira Knightley apart. Era, could you tell them apart while they were in makeup?
The first time I watched this movie, I was incredibly confused. But now, knowing that it's Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman, I can tell them apart.
There was a story that apparently Natalie Portman's mom confused Keira Knightley for Natalie Portman when she was in makeup. She was calling after Natalie Portman, and Keira Knightley was like, "I'm not your daughter. I'm sorry." This 1-star review reads, "Misa wanna fucking die."
That review, I saw that after I watched it. That's a good one.
That's 2-star review. Annie, are you okay? So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You know what? Yeah. George Lucas famously cannot write dialogue like a normal person.
It's making a joke off of the Michael Jackson song, Smooth Criminal.
Oh
my god.
So I should have said,
Annie, are you
Annie,
okay?
are you okay?
Yeah.
So Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Okay. It's not even that I'm old, I'm just lame. I'm gonna read this 4.5 because I have to. 4.5 with a heart. Kind of wild to think about how all the Star Wars starts because a bunch of rich people want to pay less taxes. Wild that this is not happening in real life. Am I right? I also feel that it's really interesting that we learn about taxation and how that created wars in the Star Wars. I don't know. There's a bunch of 1-star review. I'm gonna end with this one. 1-star review, but the reviews is nice. Thank God we got a great Lego Star Wars game out of this.
We did. It's a great Lego Star Wars game. 10 out of 10.
You know what? I ended with this review because I knew you would love it.
I want to play now. Now you talked about it twice. I think I need to play that.
It's a good really game. Good. We should see if there's a multiplayer, like a cross-platform multiplayer version of it now.
Yeah.
Let's get into the background. Oh man, I'm gonna talk so much about this movie. The Phantom Menace, with a budget of $115 million, box office of $1.047 billion. I think this is our first billion-dollar movie. I think Endgame is the one that surpassed this. It might have been, I think it was Endgame.
I thought it was Avatar.
Really? Okay. Because I think it kind of goes back and forth between Star Wars, Marvel, Avatar, Batman, I think, Dark Knight. No,
maybe.
But it was like for a while, it was like the number one for a while. Written and directed by George Lucas, produced by Rick McCallum. I just want to mention his name because he had a really big influence, and I learned what a producer was just as a kid, just by watching all of the behind the scenes of The Phantom Menace, and Rick McCallum was all over the place. Edited by Paul Martin Smith and Ben Burt. Ben Burt is a sound editor. He invented the lightsaber sound, the TIE fighter sound, the blaster sounds, R2-D2, that's his voice. He's like a great sound designer. Music by John Williams.
I can hear her purring. Sorry.
No. Rosie is the third co-host. Starring Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Natalie Portman as Padme Amidala, Jake Lloyd as Anakin Skywalker, Ian McDiarmid as Shiv Palpatine, yes, that's his name, / Darth Sidious, Ray Park, and Peter Serafinowicz as Darth Maul. Peter is the voice of Darth Maul. Ray Park is the physical actor of Darth Maul. Great guy. He has a great taste of hats. He wore the same hats that I do. Anthony Daniels as C-3PO and Kenny Baker as R2-D2. Yes, there's a person inside the R2-D2 can.
Crazy.
That is Kenny Baker. He says that whenever R2-D2 is happy, he smiles and he does this. So if you see R2-D2 doing this, that's a person smiling inside the can.
That is so precious.
It's so precious. Also, one of the best things ever in a Star Wars celebration, the big Star Wars convention, is Anthony Daniels. He is amazing to watch live. He is so flamboyant, so over the top. He has been, I think, in more Star Wars things than any other actor. And he always wears a very shiny, very golden, very sparkly suit whenever he goes to Star Wars convention. And for the longest time, I didn't know he was super gay or super British. Turns out he's super British.
But not super gay.
Are You Gay or European is a song for a reason.
Yes.
I didn't know that, but that makes sense. Casey, do you want to get into the movie?
Yeah, let's do it. So we start with the crawl, with the, we're getting the whole context of the movie. We know that the Trade Federation has a blockade over Naboo, over taxation disputes. Crazy sons of bitches. Crazy. Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi arrive to negotiate, but turns out no negotiation will actually happen. So the Federation leaders, under the command of Darth Sidious, who is Emperor Palpatine, basically try to kill the Jedi, which is a bold move to think that you can easily do that. And they do so in a very cowardly way, which is trying to gas chamber them, essentially. They realize what's going on, they're able to get out, and then they kill a bunch of robots. And there we go.
From this 2025 perspective, did the accents stood out for you guys? Of the Trade Federation, not Gungans, oh gosh, I don't remember the species. I'm a bad Star Wars fan. But the Nemodians, the Nemodians. The Nemodians, and then also Watto later on. But did those accents stood out, especially Qui-Gon saying other colors?
It feels racially charged.
Yes. Yeah, I was watching it and I was like, that choice probably wouldn't be made today. But who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who is to say? You would hope not.
Yeah, and I kind of am surprised that didn't click in 1999. I mean, I was 16 or 15 when this movie came out, so that wasn't really in my head. And back then, I don't think that was in many people's, or even older. Considering that George Lucas is extremely liberal. He said that the original trilogy is about the Viet Cong conflict, and the rebels are the Viet Cong, and the Empire is obviously America. And the prequel trilogy is about George Bush. It's about his presidency. Or it kind of became that by episode 3. So he's extremely liberal, but yeah, there's some gaps around sensitivities.
Yeah, I think probably at the time they were like, this will add some like depth to the world of like giving different races different accents, and it was just didn't come across well.
I will say something really stupid happens here where once they realize that the Jedi have lived through their silly, cowardly assassination attempt, they decide, you know what if we just escalate this? What if we just, like, go ahead and invade Naboo? Which I think is not a smart move. And the Jedi get on a little ship to basically also go to Naboo to save Padme.
I will say one thing. I mean, they kind of go to, try to save the Queen. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, because they even, Qui-Gon said, we can't fight a war for you. One thing that always annoyed me, even as a kid, is that when they were trying to get into the where the Nemodians are, and Qui-Gon is kind of melting the door, and the droid Drekas come in and they spook the Jedi, they super speed away, and that's the only time that happens in all of the Star Wars movies. They never had super speed ever, and there were so many times where they could have used super speed, but why? Always annoyed me.
Plot device. Get it in there.
Oh yeah, you don't. I have a huge plot hole that I'm gonna point out later. I told Casey about this one. Yeah, you can't think too much about the story because it falls apart really quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Did y'all just see Rosie jump out of my arms?
I thought she slapped you.
I was worried that she was like gonna pull the cord out, and so I was like trying to guide her. Thankfully she did not. Anyway, so we're on Naboo, and it's very grassy, very farmland-ish, until you get to the actual city, and it feels like these are completely different worlds, which bothers me about Naboo. Like, why is there like completely like desolate, nothing inhabited, whatever, and then a huge, gorgeous city? Anyway, they get to Naboo, and they're trying to run away from the like landing craft, and Qui-Gon runs into Jar Jar Binks. He's trying to tell him to move. Jar Jar doesn't move. He lands on him. Very homoerotic moment, you know.
Whoa,
Make them kiss.
Calm the fuck down.
Misa kiss.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Jar Jar then basically pledges his life to Qui-Gon, you know? Maybe he had a little crush on his savior.
I mean, it is Qui-Gon. He's very tall.
Qui-Gon was a hottie lamati in this. I was like, yes.
Jar Jar's the bottom in that scenario, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can really pull on those ears. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You did it.
You make a fine point.
How badly did the CGI stood out for you guys? So like the Jar Jar characterization.
I think old CGI is charming. I can't help it.
That is so fascinating to me because we had this discussion with Casey, and I think millennials have the same reaction with puppets and physical media.
Oh, absolutely.
Like special effects. And the millennials, I don't. I like the bad CGI. It's also like a little bit of nostalgia to me, but I think most millennials don't like bad CGI or let's not call it bad, early CGI. But that little nostalgia tinge, I think I found it very fascinating.
Early like 3D animation, like I'm trying to like ants. What's that? You know what movie I'm talking about? That I don't like. But for some reason, when it's like mixed with real people, like in this movie, it's like there's something nice about it. There's something comforting.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about it. I feel like Stuart Little doesn't get enough credit to be
Stuart
like
Little
a CGI
did it really
mouse.
well. Yeah.
1999 also.
Mm-hmm.
You usually hear about Jar Jar Binks or Gollum. Gollum's also one of the first CGI characters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Jar Jar walked so Gollum could run, but there was also Stuart Little, the little chip face.
The thought of him looking bad in the movie never even crossed my mind. Maybe that's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's great.
No, I agree with that for sure. But speaking of CGI characters, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan reconnect. They're like, what the fuck do we do? And Jar Jar is like, I could take you to my hidden city. And they're like, okay, bet. So they do that, and they have these cool little like underwater breathing things, which I think is awesome.
Love that.
Yeah, I wish they existed in real life. Maybe one day.
Coolest Star Wars city. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into it.
So they go to the Gungan city. Boss Naz, who I was describing you as, Jesus.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Especially wearing the shirt right now, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah. But yes, so it wasn't Jar Jar, but close. Very close. So they go to the hidden Gungan city. Boss Naz refuses to help. Naboo. See, that's perfect. Like, perfect. 10 out of 10. I knew you could do it. But Jar Jar has been pretty much exiled because he's a clumsy ass motherfucker, and he does stupid shit. And they're like,
kicked you out because you're clumsy. That was funny.
He's not contributing to their society, you know.
No. Also, I've seen this so many times. I know everything. Watching it with Casey in her house was the first time I watched this movie with subtitles ever. I don't know why. And the first time I realized that when Jar Jar comes into the Gungan city, one of the Gungans says something in Spanish. They say "no me gusta." I don't like it in Spanish. I'm like, Gungans speak Spanish? Fuckers! Like, I did not know that. They speak Spanish.
That is pretty good.
Every time I watch this movie, I learn something. So there you go.
They tried to explain to the Gungans that it's a symbiotic relationship. So if you don't help Naboo, y'all are also going to get fucked. And of course, they don't understand that because they're not a very intelligent species.
Yeah, the natives are not intelligent species.
That does seem problematic. Now that you mention that. Anyway.
The white people obviously have to explain to the natives what symbiotic is. Also, they're not symbiotic society. The Naboo humans invaded the lands.
Damn, that's a good point. Yeah. They colonized.
Colonizers.
What else is new? He does tell them, or he allows them, I think, through the Force manipulation, which is like, I don't know why that's a Jedi power. That feels against Jedi code that you can manipulate people. I don't love that.
Jedi are hypocrites. I think, so the concept of Jedi manipulating minds and all that comes from Dune. from I don't know if you read the books, but the I forget the name of. I've seen that movie a bunch of times, but I forget the name of the witches, like the women manipulating the whole thing. From Dune, it feels like a kind of dark side power, like it's kind of tapping into darkness. And to me, that feels more accurate because you're depriving someone of their free will. Why is that a Jedi light side power?
They'd be happier if they were just a little on the dark side. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So they get on their little ship boat thing, their submarine, and they go through the planet's core because that's the easiest way to get to Naboo. And there's a little bit of like a hat on a hat thing here, where it's like a sea monster grabs onto their ship, and then another sea monster eats it, and then another sea monster eats that one, and I feel like there's a fourth one in there as well.
It's always a bigger fish.
Yes, there's always a bigger fish. We get the point. A little too heavy-handed. Crazy.
One thing I noticed after watching this many times is that the second little tentacle crabby thing that gets eaten, the last one, that she was a mom. When they lost power, you can see her babies kind of around.
Oh my god.
What she was doing was defending her nest. So all those babies dead.
Oh my fucking god.
Casey's gonna start crying.
Yeah, Jedi. This is an anti-Jedi podcast.
Hell yeah. Basically, they get to Naboo. They help Padme get out of there. They convince her to leave because I think she's pretty much like, I'll just suffer with my people. And they're like, you shouldn't. You should come with us.
When I want to point out before Padme gets rescued and all that, when they come out, you see ducks and pelicans. So ducks and pelicans are in the Star Wars universe.
Thank you.
Straight up ducks. No CGI, just ducks.
Oh, that's funny.
Ducks in every universe.
Era used to own a pet duck.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Same. I had pet ducks and bunnies. They don't mix. They fight.
Do they really?
Yeah. Ducks start, but bunnies have claws, so they win.
That makes sense.
But the ducks keep poking at the bunnies. So ducks are assholes.
You know what they would do with the ducks, Jesus? They would have the ducks for a couple months.
Okay, this is a normal thing. This is a normal thing. We raise them, and then we take them to a duck pond, and then we go visit them.
I thought you were gonna end with we make stew out of them.
Yeah, we could have eaten them.
This story way better.
We very much could have eaten them, Casey.
That's fair.
Yes, Casey, how dare you? Era, you did good.
Thank you. They probably would have been sold to be eaten.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, Casey?
You let them have free will. Or you could have just kept raising them. Anyway.
I also did the same thing with the ducks. We kind of dropped them off in a pond.
Crazy.
Yeah,
anyway.
They were happy.
So they show up. They convince Padme and her posse to come with them. And they get on their ship to go to Coruscant, where the Republic senators and all the politicians are there.
Who doesn't love politicians?
Yeah. But their ship gets damaged, and all of R2-D2's little friends get blasted off the damn ship. Rest in peace. R2-D2, because he's great at his job, survived. Just kidding. It was, I think, purely by chance.
No, he was great at his job. How dare you?
Okay, well, he did create a really great solve. He was a problem solver. I will say that.
R2-D2 is a hero of all the Star Wars movies.
He really is.
He's great. So their ship does get damaged, and they have to land on Tatooine. And that is how we get here.
The moment when R2-D2 gets introduced is like a huge, for no reason, because this is just a normal droid, and he gets a huge introduction. And when Captain Panaka, which is the guard of Padme, says Queen Amidala, which is at this point Kara, like the handmaiden, what's this his unit, and he pauses. R2-D2, Your Highness. Huge crowd cheering, clapping in the theaters when that happened. I remember so vividly. That was so gratuitously for the fans, and it works so well.
It reminds me of a clip of, like, I think it was Avengers Endgame or one of like Infinity War, or one of those where you see Captain America come out of the shadows, and like that was a moment where like the audience like went crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And it just,
I was gonna say similar to Avengers, it's like the moment where all of the girls are on screen together, and it's like a woo moment. You like pause for claps should be in the captions. Like
you know that's what they're doing, and you don't care. It's great.
It's the best.
Also, one thing that always bugged me, but I think I'm rationalizing now in later viewings, is that why did the handmaiden ask the queen to clean the droid? Like, I mean, the queen needs to be there for decision making. Why did the handmaiden shoo her off? That always bugged me, but in rationalizing it, when the handmaiden asked the queen to clean the droid, the queen first was behind the handmaiden, so they couldn't really communicate. And when she's going to clean the door, she's still there. Padme's still there. So now the handmaiden has clear view of the queen when she's being asked of decisions, so they can kind of communicate now. And then I guess after that, it's fine.
You made that work.
I know it's way too much rationalization on a plot that doesn't make sense. Speaking of costumes, I always kind of like the pilots. Very 1920s. Like I would see this in a pilot of a biplane, World War I era biplane. Like I'll always like those costumes, like very orangey ochre, kind of earth tony colors. I want to point that out.
Yeah, all of the like oranges and greens that they use are really, really interesting.
So on Tatooine, they need to fix their hyperdrive. Is that what it is? It's broken?
Yes. You did skip a very important scene.
Mm-hmm.
The introduction of Darth Maul.
Oh. He shows up.
It's a huge thing!
He's there.
Yeah, he's there. He's hanging.
Looking menacing as hell. That was the scariest thing. George Lucas asked the art director, draw your nightmares. And then that's what they did. And then George Lucas said, pull it back. This is for kids. And then they pull it back a little bit.
Oh my god.
But if you see the original ones, they're like freaky drawings. But I do love the Neimoidians to say, now there are two of them. I don't know why that always...
Yeah, they gotta point it out.
Yeah.
I did forget that, he shows up behind Darth Sidious. And they're like, maybe we're in too deep. Maybe we did the wrong thing. And it's like, yes, you did. Anyway, on Tatooine, they go into the city to try to find something to fix their hyperdrive or get a new one. And they stumble upon Watto's shop. So in this group, we have Qui-Gon, we have Jar Jar, and we have Padme. But they don't realize it's Padme, not yet. She's disguised as Handmaiden. Yeah. And R2-D2 goes with them. And so...
We kind of talked about it, but I truly believe Qui-Gon immediately knew that was Padme. Like,
I don't
he knows.
think he immediately knew.
I think he immediately knew. Because he's like... when Padme was like... Or Captain Panaka was like, the Queen wants her handmaiden to go. Qui-Gon was like, no, that's not wise. All right, they insist on, all right, let's go. But he's keeping an eye on the Queen. I think he.
That's fair.
The Force told him.
Yeah, the Force told him.
The Force told him.
I always think it's really cute because he scolds her multiple times throughout their time on Tatooine, and I think it's really adorable. Like he's very fatherly, and I like that. That's cute. They stumble upon Watto's shop and they meet young Anakin Skywalker.
Baby Hitler!
No!
There he is!
We learn a little bit about Anakin. He's a slave. His mom's a slave.
Yeah.
Watto owns them. He does pod racing. He's a clever little kid.
Yeah.
There we go. They cannot...
He's talented with the Force.
Yeah. Well, yes. We learned that.
Loves racing.
Basically, Watto's like, y'all can't afford this hyperdrive because Republic credits don't mean anything here. The fact that there's no sort of currency exchange makes no sense to me. Anyway.
Yeah, the fact that nobody would be willing to like give them anything for their credits is wild.
And they only checked like Watto shop. Like they didn't go anywhere else. I'm like, this is bad. Like this is not where's the thinking? Anyway.
Also, super plot hole. Like, I'm just gonna point this one out because this is like the big one to me. They could have sold a big shiny spaceship and buy a shittier spaceship and go to Coruscant. They could have had public transportation because we do know from episode 2 that there is public transportation to Tatooine. So they just could have get a shuttle. They could have hired a pilot and just take the Queen, because only the Queen needed to go. Nobody else needed to go. So there's so many options. Also, including going to another shop because they didn't shake any other shop. I guess the Force wanted them to stick with Anakin. That's the whole point of this.
They are about to go back to their ship when Anakin's like, there's a sandstorm. Y'all aren't going to make it back in time. Want to hang out at my crib? And they're like, sure.
So kid who was just so lonely.
No, truly, he wanted friends, even though he already had like so many. I think they were kind of bad friends, though.
Little socialite.
But they go to his house. Slaves have houses.
Really, really nice house. Like it has a couple of floors, room for mom, kid, study room, garage.
He's doing his own robotics.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
They're not slaves. They just have a job.
They do have a ship that explodes. That's bad.
Yeah. So they meet Anakin's mom. Qui-Gon can tell that this kid has a strong connection with the Force. Is this where they have Qui-Gon and Shmi kind of talk intensely at night?
Shmi can get it. Honestly, watching this movie as a full-grown adult, I think she's kind of cute. I didn't think that when I was a kid. I think she's kind of cute.
Wait, Shmi?
Mm-hmm. Anakin's mom.
Anakin's mom.
Oh, Anakin's mom. Yeah, she is a baddie. No, I agree.
Thank you.
She's also plain, but she is a baddie.
Yeah, I mean, she's a slave living in a desert planet. I mean, give her a break.
That's fair. Anyway.
Also, Ara, there's a theory, or it's not really a theory. It's kind of implied in Star Wars comic books and like it's not. This is not in the movies at all, but it is implied that Emperor Palpatine was fucking around with the dark side of the Force with his master right around this time, and they did something so bad that the Force needed to compensate, and to compensate, the Force created Anakin Skywalker in Shmi. So Palpatine is kind of Anakin's dad in a weird way.
Whoa.
He doesn't fuck, but he kind of fucks.
Well, we also later learned that he did actually fuck.
That was a clone. No, that was a clone.
Is that how Rey came about? Was a clone?
Yeah, the Rey's dad is it's a I forget what the name of it is, but it's a clone that is not exactly the same as Palpatine. It's just kind of derived from Palpatine.
Wow.
But he didn't fuck someone and have a son.
Damn.
He's too evil to fuck.
I feel like that doesn't make sense. I feel like
his dick is too evil and wrinkly.
No woman wants him.
And shrunk. Like I don't think he can.
He doesn't pull.
Like he's like the dark side is like having steroids times 1,000. You think people with steroids have tiny balls? He doesn't have any balls.
Fair.
That's canon.
Love that. Basically, Shmi explains the Immaculate Conception.
Shmi is such a stupid name. I'm sorry. Every time you say Shmi, I'm like, who is that?
I don't know if you missed it, but Palpatine's real name is Shiv. Shiv Palpatine.
I just think about Succession and Shiv Roy.
Also,
yeah, I've heard Shiv. I've never heard Shmi.
Not in this movie, but just I'm pointing out stupid Star Wars names and acronyms. The episode 4, the original Star Wars, the cantina scene where they're playing dun, 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 that kind of jazzy music.
Yeah.
In George Lucas's own words, in the Star Wars universe, that is not called jazz. It's called jizz.
I hate that. What the fuck?
Okay, while we're on the topic of names, I know it was made in like the 40s or whatever, but why do you have Obi-Wan? Why do you have names like Obi-Wan and then but the main character's name is Luke?
No, I was like
consistency.
Yeah, like you have Qui-Gon, you have Obi-Wan, but then you have like Anakin, you have Luke, and then like even like Mace Windu, right? Like why do these people have hyphenated names and nobody else? Jesus answers.
I don't know if to me, this might have been kind of retroactively, because when Obi-Wan was named, the concept of how Jedi were in the Phantom Menace didn't really exist. But if we consider the Phantom Menace as Jedi, they were so dogmatic and so much like, it just was the way the order was so structured that it was so out of touch from reality that they were trying to be of the people that they really were not, that they had very snobby hyphenated names, just how out of touch with everyone else they were.
Damn, so you got like a new name.
Yeah, you basically, because they it's very inconsistent, but some Jedi kept their last names, some didn't. Most of them were kidnapped when they were children. I mean, kidnapped. They asked for permission, but not really. But they're kidnapped from, like, that's why they say that Anakin's too old to be trained as a Jedi, because most Jedi are taken from their families when they're babies, so they can get indoctrinated into the Jedi cult.
Maybe he was right to kill them all. You know?
Balance. I'm just saying. Balance.
Oh my god.
But you're not
Those are
wrong.
just so messed up. Like,
yeah. No, you're not wrong. Yeah.
That's so funny. So later that night, Shmi and Qui-Gon fuck, probably. Next day, I think Anakin proposes the idea of like, so here's the thing, I'm really great at pod racing, but like, there's some complicated politics with this. So like, you know, Watto won't let me pod race, but if like you enter a pod race, but like you don't tell him that, like it's a whole situation. It's a spider web. It's messy. It's complicated. It's corporate America.
My favorite thing is when he's like, sorry, I don't want to jump ahead, but when he's like,
do it.
He's like, I've never actually like won, and they're like, you've never won, and he's like, but I will. Like,
no,
truly just wanted to be there.
His friend ratted him out. He didn't say shit. His friend ratted him out.
Mm-hmm.
His friend, like, you can actually finish a race. He hadn't even finished a race.
Right.
But like, so Era, what I was telling Jesus after we watched this movie was, of course, this kid was gonna become fucking Darth Vader, because he has this grand illusion. I mean, it's also called the Force, but he truly believes that he can win this fucking race. And Qui-Gon has all the belief in the world in him. Has like put everything on the line for this kid. Of course he's going to become Darth Vader. You have created a narcissist. Congratulations.
He's also a burnt out golden child.
Oof, damn.
Just saying.
At 9-year-old, yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's too good. So basically, Qui-Gon makes a bet with Watto, or if he wins,
Before all this, Qui-Gon has a lot of faith because he makes a blood test, and gets the midichlorians.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the controversies Star Wars ever sparked, the midichlorians is huge amongst millennials and older millennials, and Gen Xers definitely. I like it as a kind of reasoning of why some people have more Force powers than others. But it was like a huge deal that the Force is still mystical, but now it's quantifiable, and people didn't like that. What I really want to point out this scene is this when it's at night, and Qui-Gon has his little device and speaks to Obi-Wan and like talks about the midichlorians and all that. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had this toy, and that communicator device is a Gillette razor for women.
Shut up.
Spray painted, just silver, and that's it. It has some things added to it, but it's the handle of a Gillette razor for women.
That's
wow.
That's it. And they recreated this, and like Hasbro made it so Yeah, I had that. I had somewhere over there.
That's really good. I also want to say, whenever we get the shot of Qui-Gon at night, he has his leg up, he's leaning over, it's very posed, he's showing off his leather boots, he's a little fashionista, he's modeling, he's a diva. We love that.
Yep.
But yeah, so
great wig.
Qui-Gon.
Do you want Liam Neeson?
I do. I want Qui-Gon. Give me this man. I want to be Shmi. I envy her. Girl
This
boss.
This is why I hate her.
That would make sense.
So he makes a bet. Qui-Gon makes a bet with Watto. Basically, if they win the pod race, they'll get the new hyperdrive. Is the end result. And then he makes another bet on top of that later on, where he will get Anakin, because Watto doesn't believe that's at all possible. He tries to get Shmi. Of course he tries to get Shmi. And Watto's like, nah, too much. You can only take one of them. It's going to be the kid. Which, doesn't really make sense from Watto's perspective. He would be like, no, you can take the mom, but I'm keeping the kid. Whatever. They do the pod race. We, at some point, Jar Jar pisses off.
They do the pod race.
They race the pods. The pods go zoom.
But
we know that Anakin is going up against not only his own track record of never finishing a goddamn race before, he's also going up against Sebulba, who's a weird little freakazoid, who walks on his hands and his feet function as hands.
Yep.
We also know that Jar Jar pissed him off at one point because Jar Jar was being clumsy and an idiot. So
in an era where Star Wars was very precious and very limited, and everything in the background was something. In that scene when Jar Jar pisses off Sebulba, there's this random dude sitting down with a yellow stripe across his nose. And he became a character. Some comic book writer saw him. He became another Jedi. So the whole story is that Qui-Gon and Quinlan Vos, they know each other, but Vos was undercover, so Qui-Gon didn't acknowledge him. So there was another Jedi that Qui-Gon could have asked for help and didn't.
Damn, that's
crazy. And my dogs are angry about it too.
Another point of evidence that I think proves my point that Shmi and Qui-Gon got together romantically is that when they are preparing for the pod race, Padme and Shmi arrive on their space camels, essentially, and he does not offer Padme any help. He goes directly to Shmi, and instead of offering his hand of let me help you down because you're a woman and I respect you and all this other stuff, he picks her up quite intimately picks her up by her waist and lifts her down.
This is not the first time that he grabbed her waist.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you. I want their side story.
Around this point, I do another point on why Qui-Gon knew Padme was the queen. Was that Padme tells Qui-Gon, "You're putting way too much faith in this kid," and he's like, "The queen doesn't have to know," and she's like, "What? I don't approve." And he gives her like a winky eye, he obviously he knows.
I love at one point when she does something that pisses him off, he goes, "No more demands from the queen today," and it's just cute. I love that.
Yeah.
We get through the pod race, very long, but great sound effects. So I love how long it is. I like the do. Jesus, how did they make that sound? I know you know.
I don't remember exactly how that sound was made. There was a walrus involved in one of those pod races, but I forgot one. A couple of things I want to point out. This was one of the first movies that used particulate simulation when the pod racers destroyed, and they had to figure out how to make them digitally look like they were being destroyed without just a big explosion. That didn't exist. They had to invent a lot of things for that. The reason also I want to point out that there's no music throughout the whole pod racing up until the very end of the.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and it's great. It's just all about sound. The only thing I kind of really want to emphasize that why this is important, especially for George Lucas. All of the Star Wars movies are very personal for George Lucas. He was a huge, or still is a huge racer car enthusiast, and he used to race cars when he was a kid.
This makes sense.
He was younger. American Graffiti is his first movie, and it's all about his love for racing.
Oh.
The reason that he became a filmmaker and the reason that he went to school is because right before this, he got in a really bad car accident where his car that he was driving got wrapped around a tree, and he pretty much died and got rescued.
Wow.
He should have been dead in that accident. So after that, he couldn't move for a while, for months. So he started looking at what he could do for his life. I think his dad wanted him to keep being, and I think they were mattress salesmen or something like that. So George Lucas could have been selling mattresses for his whole life. But he decided to go into film as a way of, well, I can't race anymore, but I can record or I can make movies that have racing and have that kind of things in the movie. So I can kind of live that fantasy through storytelling and through movies. So that's why this is such a huge deal and why it looks so visceral and why the sound was so important. Because that is his passion. He made this movie just for that.
Hell yeah.
Pod racing scene. That is my rant.
Thank you.
No, that makes a lot of sense because this is very much a race. I was like thinking that when I was watching, I was like, this is just a racing movie.
Yep, pretty much. Now this is pod racing.
Anakin wins the pod race. He's freed. Yippee! We see Jabba the Hutt. I'm looking at my own little Jabba the Hutt. Ivy, she's beside me.
She really does look like Jabba the Hutt.
I know.
Right next to Jabba the Hutt, you see Beef Fortuna, which is the guy with the tentacles. He's in Return of the Jedi. His species is a Twi'lek. In this movie, he's played by Matthew Wood. Every time I go to a Star Wars convention, he recognizes me, although I don't believe him, but he says he does. He is not an actor, or he is now, but he is a sound designer. So he worked in sound design for this movie, and he has worked on sound design for a lot of Star Wars projects. He's also the voice of General Grievous, the droid.
Oh.
And he submitted that voice with a pseudonym, so they would know it was him, and he got it.
Hell yeah.
And now he's so I have a recording of him saying General Grievous lines in Spanish, and I'll try to find it and put this at the end.
That's amazing. That's pretty cool. What the hell was that?
Nothing.
Yeah, that totally didn't sound like a lightsaber.
Whoa.
Put it away.
It was gonna be a surprise, and then I just accidentally. This is like lightsabers don't exist in real life, because there would have been so many deaths.
That's so true. I like your flame one better. Your flame one was really cool. Do you have that one?
That is really cool.
Yeah. That could take down a metal door.
I like, the other day I saw lightsaber chopsticks, and I thought they were pretty cute.
Aww.
I have those downstairs.
Hell yeah, you do.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me at all.
So, Anakin asks if his mom was freed, and no, because Qui-Gon wasn't that great of a negotiator.
He didn't even try that much.
No, he didn't. That's because he didn't want his side piece to come to Coruscant.
Not wrong.
Shmi in the dust, for real.
Exactly. There's also at one point where he comes up from behind her and he holds her shoulders, and I'm like, too intimate. Too intimate! What are we doing?
Then she leans on him.
Yes!
He's literally working, too.
He is! He's on the job!
Wait, this is like when American soldiers go to other countries? This is the same thing. This is the same energy.
I'm agreeing with all of this.
Good, I'm glad. That is what the outro should be, Jesus. Of like, send us your Shmi and Qui-Gon fanfics.
Shmi and Qui-Gon together forever.
Her heart raced as Qui-Gon took out his lightsaber.
No.
She said,
No.
"Oh my, what a girthy."
Casey, when you get into AO3, your life is gonna be so much better. And it's always gonna happen. I'm just waiting for the moment, you know?
Today. But maybe the Qui-Gon and Shmi fanfics will get me there. Who knows? Because they are a beautiful couple. They are leaving. Anakin is sad. He's gonna miss his mommy because he's young, so it's understandable. And she's like, "Go, my child, be out in the world." As they're trying to make it back to the ship, guess who shows up? Darth Maul. Dun dun dun. Him and Qui-Gon fight a little bit. The ship takes off. Qui-Gon tells them to go ahead and take off.
Why didn't they just kill Waterloo? What's his name?
Watto?
Watto.
Qui-Gon?
Why didn't they just kill him and take her?
Who? Wait. Maul kills.
Why didn't the Jedi just kill?
Oh,
Watto
okay,
and
I understand it. Actually, no, I get it.
No, I was being genuine. Of like, you know what, they could have, but they're
Well,
like,
are they like a no? Aren't they like kind of like iffy on killing?
They don't kill. They use the Force for defense.
No.
So they wouldn't do that. That is that's strictly Sith. They're not overtly bad guys. They do.
Right. Their whole thing is that they wouldn't. That they're not going to free the slaves. So why would they free her and take her?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like the whole thing is that Jedi, at least what they say is that they let the Force flow through them. Sith want to control the Force, so a Sith would totally zap the hell out of Watto.
Yeah. They're centrists.
They are.
What's the other Ron Swanson was this in Parks and Recreation?
Oh, libertarian.
Libertarians. They're libertarians.
Yeah, honestly, that too.
Yeah.
It's a political movie. What can I say?
It pisses me off so much when people say that Star Wars shouldn't be political. Star Wars has always
it's
been
100% political.
It's so
you literally
political.
have people called like senators. Like how? Yeah.
It's a political thriller right there.
Honestly, I think George Lucas said, I don't think people get that Star Wars is political, so he made the prequel just to tell them, we're literally talking about taxations and senators. Like, what else can I do?
That's so funny. Qui-Gon gets away from Darth Maul and jumps on the ship in a really cool way. Actually, the jump itself isn't cool, but he jumps on the ship, which in and of itself is cool. And then they get to Coruscant. This is probably my biggest beef with the movie right here. The fact that Anakin is not more shocked, terrified, motion sick by the very visual of Coruscant is insanity. Like, this kid would be puking if he got on, like, one of those little, like, the transportation thing. Because, like, he's never experienced anything like this before. Yeah, he's done pod racing.
The kid didn't have the range. Let's be real.
Well, if we have time, I want to play a clip about the alt Anakin's kids that audition for this. I think, just to kind of hopping on Era's Hitler comparison, Anakin is so full of himself, and he thinks he's so superior, even as a kid, that he was just, oh, I get this. Oh, I'm going to understand this. Like, it freaked me out, because when they were arriving at Coruscant, he was talking to the pilot, is it talking about the controls of the ship, and that control the pitch, and that control, oh yeah, you're catching up. So he was trying to figure things out. He's a mechanic, which we haven't mentioned that he created C-3PO. It is revealed in this movie. Because he knows and wants to understand things. So I think he was in his head, yes, this is overwhelming, but I'm gonna understand and control all of this. Like he kind of did at the end.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so basically they're gonna take Anakin to go get tested with the Jedis. Padme is gonna do her queen shit. Palpatine is up in here manipulating, and he's like, what?
He's so schemy.
He is. And it's like, if she wasn't a young girl, like, I would expect more from her. But she is like a literal 14-year-old. So,
a couple things I want to point out. You were asking about sound effects and all that. When the spaceship with Padme's spaceship lands, that sound, those are icebergs clashing together.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
And on Palpatine, speaking of wardrobe and all of that, all of his clothes has some reptile or snake texture because he's a snake.
Damn, reputation coded.
Wow. The fun facts.
Fun fact. I am controlling myself.
You're doing great.
So much. To that point, all of that I have.
Casey's a hater.
out.
I'm enjoying the fun facts.
Thank you. Also, if I spill all the fun facts, you're gonna be here for 5 hours. So I'm also.
That's a good point.
conscious of that.
That's good. We're what, halfway into the movie? If that.
I think we're a little bit more than halfway.
Yeah,
Okay.
it kind of goes quicker after this.
Yeah.
This movie has a lot of setup. It has a lot
It
of
does.
so much world building, so much explaining everything that's going on in this world, and then by the end, there's a lot of lasers and explosions and all.
Just a lot of racing at the end.
Yeah, pretty much.
Senator Palpatine, or whatever, is explaining to Padme how she will probably not get the help that she is looking for because of bureaucracy. And, they've been paid off. La-di-da-di-da. They go...
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I want you guys to picture 1998, 14-year-old Jesus watching TV, daytime TV, Good Morning America, one of those. They show a clip to get people excited about Star Wars Episode 1, the first Star Wars in 20-some years. What clip do you think they showed for the first time? Anything Star Wars in Good Morning America? It was this. Palpatine and Padme Amidala talking about politics. And
that's what they showed?
That was the clip that they showed. And I remember the host at the end of the clip, well, look like Naboo's in trouble now. And I was so excited. Yeah. But yeah, that was the clip.
Politics. That's so funny.
Two people talking in a room.
Yeah. So he explains to her that one thing that she could do is do a vote of no confidence in the leadership. So, basically he's telling her to do this so that he can get into that position, so that he could take over, because he's, a bad guy.
He doesn't say, you should nominate me.
No, he doesn't.
But he implies it very heavily.
Yes.
Mm.
We'll talk about the Jedi stuff soon. We'll just finish this off. They're at the meeting, and it is a shit ton of people and these little flying pod things. She's explaining how her people are starving. It's been 2 days. I mean, it's probably been longer. But her people are suffering. They're starving, whatever. And then the Trade Federation is like, prove it. And they're like, well, we could send some people to go check it out. And I'm like, y'all really don't have photos of this? Are you kidding me? You don't have anything? You don't have any documentation that this is happening? That's fake news.
This is kind of what I like about Star Wars. Star Wars is not sci-fi. Star Wars is fantasy with a sci-fi coding. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it has very advanced technology, but most times it's medieval England. So
yeah. No,
there's
it is, yeah.
They don't have corporations as we know it today. They have federations, or they have conglomerates. Like they have things that were more common in medieval Europe. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it would make sense. Come on, you couldn't take a film crew or take pictures or something. Mm-hmm. Yes, but it's a fantasy. So
yeah, there you go.
Don't think too much about it.
She's frustrated by the council or whatever, the people in power. Chairman? Is that what he is? No, Chancellor.
Yeah.
Chancellor. She's upset that he wants to check it out first and he isn't just believing her. And so she's like, well, I move to do a vote of no confidence. And then everybody big deal, la-da-da.
And you see E.T. there.
Yeah, apparently E.T.'s there. she does this, but she doesn't like stick around to like see it through. She does the vote of no confidence, and she's like, I'm dipping the fuck out. Even after Palpatine shows up and he's like, I'm the new Chancellor now. She's like, I don't care. I'm going back to Naboo to be with my people, which is a nice thing.
No, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. While this is happening, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan introduce Anakin to the Jedi Council. They're like, he's too old. They're like, you should still test him. They test him. He has amazing capabilities. They're like, we don't want to take him though. And
so
Qui-Gon's
close-minded.
Like, truly.
I remember this scene and they pissed me off here.
No, valid. They're annoying as fuck.
This is a cult.
Shaking my head. But they're like, this kid has a lot of fear in him. You know, he's a little unstable.
Well, that was true, I guess.
I mean, yeah, that was true, but it's like, you know what? He's damaged goods, so we're gonna like not try to help him be better.
And it's like, if you were a better cult, you would want him in there so you could control him.
Well, they couldn't control him. That's why they didn't want him.
I guess that's a good point.
You're saying they're bad at their job.
Yes. And also, I feel like if he didn't have such a high midichlorian count and he got some things wrong, he wasn't great. He could be more controllable, but because he is so good at everything, yeah, we're not going to be able to control. Qui-Gon could have controlled him if he's still alive, but that didn't happen. So yeah. I think they knew why. Yeah. Spoilers.
So they're like, we're not taking this kid. And Qui-Gon's like, well, I'll train him. And they're like, you got Obi-Wan. He's like, Obi-Wan needs to get promoted anyway. Like, he's too old for this shit. He's too old to be a Padawan. So move him up. And then they go back to Naboo. Why did the Jedi go back to Naboo?
Plot reasons.
Okay, cool. So they go back to Naboo.
There's
to find Darth Maul. They want to.
Oh yeah, that's right. They cleared out. I forgot.
Why would anyone want to find that guy?
But
great question.
Yeah, I think they figured if the Queen was going there, that the Darth Maul was probably going there too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everybody gets back on the ship. We're going to Naboo.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Jar Jar. Yeah.
They get back to Naboo. Basically, Padme reveals herself as the Queen, disguised as the Handmaiden. The reason that she does this is to make a plea to the Gungans, saying like, hey, I'm showing you our vulnerability. I don't think I'm any better than you. I'm literally kneeling. Like, we need to help each other. The Gungans are like, all right, sure, cool. Like, we're tired of you having the superiority complex. So now that you've humbled yourself, we Gucci. And then this...
not thinking we're better than awesome? He's like this.
And that's Jesus. Thank you.
Thank you for the scene-accurate recreation. That was beautiful.
No, all of the dialogue. I just am stopping myself from saying everything.
Proud of you.
Instead of Casey giving us scene by scene, Jesus, give us line by line.
I could.
A one-man performance.
A one-man show.
It was really funny. Jesus came over, we were watching the movie, and he was like, I have so many fun facts. And I was like, but you're not going to talk during the movie, right? He was like, what do you mean? I was like, you're not going to talk during the movie, right? If anybody knows how much I hate talking during a movie, it is Era.
Casey will end a friendship over someone talking in a movie. Like, genuinely hates it more than anyone I've ever met.
Era, I think we're allies on this one. I was going to wait until the end to complain. Thank you so much for inviting me to your house, Casey. Lovely house. Really good food. Then Samuel went to get Chinese.
But
why was I invited to your house if I couldn't communicate and talk to you while watching this movie that we already watched? And Era, I brought mics for us to talk throughout the movie, and also I brought this notepad, and you can tell by my writing when it was lighter outside and we got super dark, because not only was I not allowed to talk, but also Casey turned off all of the lights, so I couldn't see shit. So I was writing in darkness. So I really liked your surround sound and everything was great. But I couldn't watch this movie in my house.
And another thing, she won't turn the fans off.
Thing.
It's freezing in there.
It was freezing in there.
It was freezing in there.
It was cold.
Wait, okay. I'm gonna recreate Casey looking at someone when they're watching a movie. Or when they're watching a movie and they speak.
It is very accurate. But you know what, Era? To throw Jesus under the bus, he hated our couch.
I hated it. Too lumpy. It's too soft. I could barely get out of this fucking couch.
I hate the couch for other reasons. Is because I fall asleep on that thing the moment I hit it, and then I snooze through the whole movie.
That too. But
no, that couch will. I will tell my grandchildren about that couch. I love it so much.
Thank you.
Really? Wow. Yes. Yeah. Wait until you're 40. See what you think about that couch.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
Although I don't think I've ever liked super soft surfaces. Like always, I am towards more like the stiffer
like
mattresses and all that. Yeah, exactly. Like a cat. So we're gonna watch a movie in my house at one point in the next few weeks, Casey and I. Better couch, first of all. Also, we are gonna be allowed to talk because that's the point of us watching the movie for a podcast.
Oh, I don't
together.
think that's a her house rule. I think that's a life rule.
You can talk to me, and I will.
Yeah, no, I will. Yeah, and I will put a mic on you, and I will get all of your mm-hms.
I will say I have on numerous occasions, probably 2 or 3 times, told on somebody talking in a movie theater, but that's in a movie theater.
Completely on board with not talking.
I am the person who will call the attendant.
I have gone into fights in movie theaters with people talking.
We were in a movie theater a couple of days ago, and Joey shakes his leg when we watch movies, and the guy beside him said, "Buddy, you're shaking the whole row." Joey turns to me, he tells me that, and I go, "Wow, that's embarrassing." And he goes, "I know."
Oh my god.
I will throw dirty looks at someone shaking the whole row. I have done that.
Oh, funny.
Anyway, Phantom Menace.
Back to Star Wars, sorry.
Yes. So there is a whole plan, a 4-part plan that will happen simultaneously. The Gungans will create a diversion against the droid army. The Queen will lead her team to capture the Viceroy. Anakin needs to just stay safe. And then the Jedi will find Darth Maul.
With the whole PowerPoint presentation and everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
How can a 14-year-old do all of this, by the way? Padme just going up with her army.
Right? Girl boss. So, the Gungan and droid army starts off really well. They have, like, their little electric bomb things that do really great. Like, yeah, it's a great job at, like, deactivating them. I was actually quite impressed until they started losing. Padme and her guards, they are able to get to the throne room. Success.
By the way, Jar Jar gets the promotion into Bomba General.
Which
yes.
Should not have
no
happened.
fucking reason.
Nope.
He had to be more important to the story.
Exactly.
So the hills that they're fighting, which Samuel called Windows 95 background. Mm-hmm. I did a little bit of a deep dive. I told Casey. First of all, the Windows 95 background is a photograph of Sonoma, California. A battle was shot in California, not Sonoma. I forget the name of the county, but it was an actual real place in California near Sonoma. I think the only thing they did, they digitally expanded the hills to make it less earth looking. But yeah, it's still like it compared it to the Windows 95 background, it's pretty accurate. That's kind of around the same area.
Oh.
Yeah. And one of the things that kind of my dad and I bonded over, like my dad's a huge Star Wars fan too, is where the droids are stored, and they have like those big ships, and they kind of comes out in an arm, and they kind of assembly line type deploy them. My dad being an engineer and engineer for his whole life, that always impressed him, like that engineering
Aw.
part. And like I showed this to Casey. I have the Star Wars storyboards for the
Aw,
prequel,
that's so cool.
and like they designed all that like to pretty much work, or if you see it, it makes sense that it works, and it does. And I always love that little mechanism thing. Like, everything about the droid army I love, except how goofy they are, but they also make sense in a story-wise kind of thing, because they're like stormtroopers but worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love it.
Anyway, we're fighting.
Yeah. Anakin, to stay safe, goes into like the cockpit of like a little ship, and then accidentally launches himself into space, and then
Which I believe wasn't his true intention, but you know that he
No.
wanted it deep down.
yeah, you know, it was the Force.
The Force, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
If something doesn't make sense in this movie, the Force.
Yep. So he goes up into space. The Gungans start losing. Darth Maul is fighting Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. But Padme is successful. She's able to capture the Viceroy because she's able to do the fake out with Keira Knightley. So something is succeeding. When Anakin goes up into space, he accidentally lands in the ship, shoots something random, and then is able to fly out. And that deactivates the entire droid army. So there you go. Anakin did it. Love that little kid.
Something that kind of why is it so complicated? Why so many things happening at the same time? It's never been confirmed, but it kind of makes sense. Episode 4, the first Star Wars movie, there was one big battle. Episode 5, 2 battles. Darth Vader versus Luke, and the escape of Princess Leia and Lando Calrissian. Episode 6, the Return of the Jedi, 3 battles. You had the Ewoks, you had the spaceship, and then you had Luke and Darth Vader. So you have 4 battles now. It's like I think he wanted to make it more and more, but I don't think I think
That's so funny. They tapped out at some point.
Yeah.
That's really funny. But the droid army is deactivated. The Gungans are in a good... So they got the Viceroy. The Gungans are in good shape. Anakin is safe somehow. Where we're still struggling is this fight with Darth Maul. They get separated. And so Darth Maul is fucking pacing back and forth like a goddamn panther.
Why didn't they use super speed at this point?
That would have been a great spot to use it, but they didn't.
I mean, Obi-Wan was tired, so I guess, but...
Yeah. Obi-Wan is, like, separated from all of them. Qui-Gon is separated by himself. They're all separated by themselves. Qui-Gon does a little meditation thing, I guess. And then the battle resumes. Darth Maul, Loki kind of like punches Qui-Gon in the nose and then like stabs him in the gut. Qui-Gon dies.
R.I.P.
After getting
stabs him in the heart.
Yeah, stabs him in the heart. But the fact that he got like punched in the nose and like that's what like got him distracted, crazy, a little bit lame. Obi-Wan.
Quagmire dead.
Why are you calling him Quagmire?
Because that's what I was calling him mentally. Sorry, continue.
I love it. Obi-Wan feels rage. He feels anger, which, you know, probably shouldn't be feeling. But you know what? He kills Darth Maul. So, yay! Darth Maul, sliced in half, tumbles down.
Still lives, by the way.
Still lives after this movie.
He was too angry
return.
to die. Yeah. I told this to Casey. It's kind of well-known fact, but I always love this fact. The fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, Ewan McGregor and Ray Park, the actors, they slowed it down for the movie because they were too fast.
Wow.
Because they had the choreograph so rehearsed and so well done that, yeah, it was too fast and they had to slow it down to make it look more realistic. Also, spoilers on how Darth Maul actually dies. He dies in a cartoon called Rebels. Great cartoon. Everyone should watch this cartoon. But it's about 15 years after this. And it's old Obi-Wan, like Alec Guinness, almost Alec Guinness Obi-Wan. And fucked up messed up, kind of crazy Darth Maul, robot legs and everything. And there's like a samurai type showdown where they kind of do different poses, like in samurai movies, and they kind of try to figure out the other ones. Obi-Wan goes through different poses, and at the end he settles for the Qui-Gon pose from that first fight with Darth Maul to bait Darth Maul into Darth Maul trying to do the same punching the nose thing.
That's so funny.
So Darth Maul, it's a fight that happens in 3 moves.
Mm-hmm.
Darth Maul tries to punch Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan knows that was going to happen and stabs Darth Maul in the heart the same way Darth Maul stabbed Qui-Gon in the heart so many years ago.
Love that.
Great,
full circle.
Great cartoon, full circle, but
revenge.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is how you know Star Wars now is made by Star Wars nerds, which I love.
Qui-Gon, as he's dying.
Not revenge. Sorry, because Jedi don't do revenge. Justice.
Sure.
According to who?
Yeah, they're dismantled now anyways, so it doesn't...
Yeah.
This is true.
Qui-Gon tells Obi-Wan his dying wish, which is that Obi-Wan will train Anakin. We see Qui-Gon's funeral. Mace Windu is like, yeah, the Sith have definitely returned, and where there's one, there's two. Boom. We have a dramatic zoom in on Palpatine. He's the other Sith. And then...
Yeah. Era, I hear from Casey that you didn't realize, like, at this point, were there any inklings that Palpatine was evil, or... Because I don't think the Emperor was in your head. I
think how we came to this conclusion is I was like, that guy's evil, and then everyone was like, yeah, no, duh, that's Palpatine. And I think that's how we got there, because I was like, this guy's definitely evil, right? And then everyone was like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's the
middle
Emperor.
You are.
He's actual Hitler. That is the actual Hitler of Star Wars.
That is true. Anakin was just Hitler's puppet.
Yeah,
pretty much.
There you go.
Couple of things. Are we at the end, like where they come in? Yeah, we're at the end, right?
Yeah. The next thing is just the fucking parade, because it always comes with a parade.
When Palpatine arrives at Naboo and you see all the Jedi in the background, you see this random bald black guy that's supposed to be Mace Windu, but it's not Samuel L. Jackson. It's another black guy. Does not look like Samuel L. Jackson, but he's just there, so fans affectionately call him fake Windu.
They should just green screen him in now.
I don't think they had the technology back then.
No, I know. I'm saying now. Just go back and change it, because they did that.
Yeah, George Lucas has fucked with his movies so much lately that he could change that easily.
Which I'm anti, but if you're gonna do it,
might as well.
Another hint that Palpatine is the Emperor is that in the parade, when you hear this fun music, like the kids singing, if you lower the pitch of the kids singing and slow it down, is exact same Emperor theme from Revenge of the Sith. It's the same theme, but just happy on a major instead of a minor.
Wow.
Layers.
It's a poetry. It's nice.
That is the movie. They throw a parade.
That is Star Wars.
Yay!
I'm so happy that I wasn't going scene by scene on this one, because it would have taken so much longer.
Yeah, and I am starving, so I think I would have killed you.
So what do you feel about watching this movie? Like, when you first watched it, what were your thoughts? And after rewatching a little bit, and you said you did a little bit of research. Like, has that changed from first time watching? You're
saying, like, how did it change from the first time and rewatching it now? I feel like I appreciate the racing more. I feel like the first time I watched it, I was like, this is boring. And then when I rewatched it today, I was like, you know what? It's just vibes. They're just hanging out. They're having a good time. Also, the Padme, I like, now that I know her like fate and like where that's going, I feel like I paid like 20 times more attention to her in this movie. And like, oh God, tragic love story those two are.
Yeah. Kind of weird that she's 14 and Anakin is 9, but yeah, well.
Oh my gosh, it's a 5-year age difference. It's not like they made out. You freaks.
He was gonna be in the original script, he was going to be 12, but Rick McCallum, the producer, said he should be younger so that him losing his mom is more impactful.
That's
I still
fair.
think a 12-year-old losing his mom is pretty impactful, but
Yeah, I feel like it's not that different.
if you think of Anakin as a 12-year-old, a lot of those scenes make a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a little too young. Like his actor, I feel like I could feel him struggling with some scenes. It's like I feel like maybe if they just got like an 11-year-old, like yeah.
And the reason I ask like how you feel now, first time, and after watching it the second or third time, and doing a little bit of research, I think that Star Wars. I always said Star Wars are great stories; they're not great movies. And the first time I watched 1999, I didn't have an American citizenship. I have Mexican citizenship only, and for some reason or another, I didn't have my visa updated, so I couldn't go to El Paso to watch Star Wars when it came out. I had to wait 2 full weeks, and all of my friends talking about it.
Damn.
I already knew all the spoilers because in the soundtrack that came out a week earlier, one of the songs was Qui-Gon's death. So, whoops. I knew everything, but I still was really excited to watch it. I go the day I got my visa. I go with my dad at 12 a.m. empty theater. And when I go out, I remember very vividly walking out and saying, it's a Star Wars movie. It's fine. And then I watched it like 5 more times after that in the theater.
At that point, like everyone had already hyped it up so much, probably, I imagine. Like seeing it 2 weeks late.
It was also so different from what people were expecting to be Star Wars. That like because it's like you said, like completely different from the original trilogy. Original trilogy is a pop Flash Gordon type serial movie. The prequels is Shakespeare in space. But Casey, how do you feel?
Still a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
You want to get into awards?
Yes. Like I said, I'm starving.
Era, I don't know if you know, but we have 3 awards. We have Best Actor Ever, Worst Actor Ever, and Best Scene Ever. We can repeat actors and scenes, and you can give best and worst to more than one actor if you want to. So we're not super strict about our.
Okay.
But I'm gonna start with Casey, then I'll go, and then you go. So Casey, Best Actor Ever.
Liam Neeson, my man, killed it in the wig.
I like it.
Thank you.
And, you know what? I think this is more nostalgia and love for this person, but I'm gonna give to Ahmed Vest, Jar Jar Binks.
Nice.
Yeah.
He poured everything he could to this role, and he got so much hate. And there's a great documentary about his mental struggles after this. He had suicidal thoughts. He like attempted, like he was in a very dark place, and then he came out of it really strong. And when I met him in a Star Wars convention, there was a lot of applause, a lot of love, and he is now a full-on Star Wars ambassador. He has another role, so I love his story. So, and he did a great job at pioneering what it means to be a digital actor, basically. So yeah, this is before, like I said, Kitty. That Kitty
your mic.
does not want to be there.
I'm so sorry. Okay, continue.
So yeah, I'm at best for me. Cut butt Era. What's your best actor ever? Or actress, like actress.
I think I'm probably biased because I love Ewan McGregor a lot. I'm like between him and Natalie Portman. But probably him because I think he did a great job, and Klaus is here too, I guess. So
yeah, Klaus's favorite can be Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Klaus likes Natalie Portman, but that's also biased because it's like I don't necessarily think this is her. Okay, I'm getting him off. I don't think this is like necessarily her greatest acting moment in the entire world, but it's Natalie Portman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard.
And Ewan McGregor had a really difficult role because this was Alec Guinness's role initially, like old Obi-Wan. And he did a little bit of a Alec Guinness impression, but he also needed to do a young Obi-Wan. And also, it wasn't a straight up impression. He just needed to give a hint. So, yeah, great job. Valid. Casey, worst actor ever.
Whoever played Shmi. It's whoever played Shmi. Who did you think I was going to say?
Jake Lloyd.
No, he's already gotten so much hate. But I
know.
I actually do think Jake Lloyd is like a decent child actor for playing like a 9 or 8-year-old, you know? But I think Era's right. They should have casted somebody older with the dialogue that he had.
Yeah. Fair. Oh man, I have so much love for everyone. I can't give it to I don't want to. But I am going to give it to I couldn't find her name, but the old lady at the Mos Espa, the one that warned Anakin about the storm. Like, Annie, my bones are aching. There's a storm coming. And she was like, "Oh man, that was bad." Okay, worst actor ever. That random so lady. Era, worst actor ever.
Jake Lloyd, learn how to act. I don't care if you're 9. I just here's the thing. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. I hate when people cast someone too young and then people are like, well, I mean, he's young. And I'm like, well, he's still a bad actor. It isn't like there are good 9-year-old actors and he's just not one of them.
Good directors can get good acting from bad actors. George Lucas is a terrible director. He's not a good director.
That's fair. Yeah,
so many.
No, continue.
No, there's so many stories of in Episode 4, the first Star Wars movie. I forget if it was Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher, but I think she's like, oh, I didn't know who was the director until like 2 weeks after we were shooting. He was like, he's always been bad at directing. So, yeah, I think that's Jake Lloyd's fault.
It's like, it's just kind of like he's set up to fail. Because, I mean, that character has a lot of complex emotions, and there's like a lot of things happening, and yeah. But no, he's not great in it.
No. Best scene ever. Casey.
Pod racing. I love the pod racing. I love the sound.
Yay, me too!
Yay!
Yeah, I always love that scene. Close second is when the Gungans are coming out of the fog, and you have that drum and the drum beat, and they're going to the war, and the fog clears, and you have that was an intro to the first trailer that I saw for this movie back in 1997, when I had to go to a public library and wait like 2 minutes for the video to download. And I watched it super pixelated, like this big. That's always been close to my heart. But yeah, pod racing scene. Great.
And between two, I have like when they first get there and meet Anakin. And like, or like with him and Shmi, I like that scene. It's like feels very homey. But then also, you guys have said it a million times. How do you say it? Qui-Gon. Quagmire. See, this is why I kept calling him Quagmire. His death scene, I love. Very good. Very good. Very good scene. Like when he's like laying there and he's like, and like Obi-Wan's like holding his head, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of was watching it more critically the last time of like, is that cheesy? Like, does it make sense for his last words being train him? But I feel like in his character, how important to him Anakin was, I think it makes sense. So yeah, I agree.
But also, I feel like the whole movie is cheesy.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Casey, and then Era, but first Casey. Very important question. Solely based on this movie, for the last time of 1999, was 1999 the best year ever for movies?
Yes it was.
Based on this one movie?
Based solely on this movie.
No.
It's a yes or no answer. You said no. Fair.
Yeah, the next one, episode 2, might be the best. I don't know, 2002, 2003. What year did that come out?
Yeah, 2002.
Might be the.
No,
is it the third one I like then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So 2004 or 6
5.
or whatever. 5. Okay. we got there eventually.
Yeah. One of the years.
They were pumping them out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're just pumping them out. Yeah, so Ira, thank you so much for being our guest. Thank you for watching this movie again with us, and thank you, Casey, for inviting me to your house to watch this movie and not letting me talk or see my fucking
I had a
notes.
great experience. It was great to sit there in silence with you, because that's true friendship.
It's real.
Hey, it's better than watching a movie with her and then she goes home and rates it low on Letterboxd, because that has happened to me before.
I did do that.
What movie was that, Era? I want to know.
Minari.
Have you seen Menace?
You racist fucker.
No, literally, and I'm like,
That movie is beautiful and about immigrants, and how dare you?
no, it's fine if she doesn't like the movie, but tell it to my face. Say it to my face.
This is true.
Hide
That is
behind
very true.
Letterboxd. Or what I do when I watch a movie that I don't like with someone is I just give it a heart and I don't give it a star rating. So
That's so funny.
that's cowardly.
That is
Not
interesting.
always. Sometimes I do that and I like the movie. That's why you can never tell.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50.
Art. It surprises me that you didn't like Minari, because I feel like that's an Oscar bait movie, and you love Oscar bait movies.
No, I need to go back and see. I think
Yeah.
I just thought it was pretty uneventful.
That's true.
It is pretty boring.
Yeah, you're not wrong. While I'll do that, and before we let you go, Era, I kind of, if you can, I want to see your rankings, your Star Wars movies rankings.
Okay.
Base Star Wars movies. You can include Rogue One and Solo if you want to. We're not going to go into...
God, I
TV shows
hated
like
Rogue
that.
One. I'm sorry, Casey. Casey hyped that
It's
movie
okay.
up so much. Sorry, continue.
Racist.
No.
How dare you not like my sweet, sweet Diego Luna with his beautiful Mexican accent? No, funny, real quick funny story. No, it's okay, obviously. Whenever I call someone racist to their face, it's not. Because I know they're not, like 100%. I just want to clarify that. Because
Don't worry. I
had
didn't think you thought I was racist because I didn't like Rogue One.
Oh, no. I have an ex-coworker, and I'm not going to call her a friend because she hasn't reached out to me since I quit my job. But I have an ex-coworker that I called her racist once, and obviously I was joking, and she's still mortified, and she still thinks that I just destroy her reputation. Because she's a very white lady, but I know she's not that at all. So, pointing that out. I'm going to start with my rankings. They fluctuate depending on my mood, but always at top, controversially. And I was in another podcast defending this movie when it came out. Episode 8, The Last Jedi, number 1. It's a sequel movie, but that's a really good Star Wars movie. I guess it's a really good actual movie, even if it wasn't a Star Wars movie. It's a good movie, just period. Second, Revenge of the Sith. I always loved that movie. And I drove from Juarez 16 hours to the premiere in Los Angeles to watch that movie. It's always very special. 3 changes, but it is Rogue One. 3 is Rogue One. Sometimes it's episode 5. So 4 is episode 5. Episode 4. Episode 6. Solo. And then the last 2 sequels. Force Awakens and... Oh, I forgot the prequels. Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace will go down in 7 or 8. Almost at the bottom. I think it's beautiful, and I love that movie. But it's the one that I think now I watch the least. And then right at the bottom is episode 2, and then the very last one is episode 9. Because I think episode 9, it has great things, it has great scenes, but it's not a great story. And it also negates a lot of what episode 8 set up, which I hate, because I love episode 8. So I was put it at the bottom. But I always say this: I'm always gonna prefer to watch any Star Wars thing more than any other not Star Wars thing. So even if Star Wars is at the lowest, I'm still gonna watch Episode 9 a million times more than I'll watch The Fifth Element, which is my favorite actual movie. That's my ranking. Casey.
Making sure I get the right. So, in order from favorite to least favorite, it goes Episode 3, Rogue One,
Solid.
Episode 6, Episode 8, Episode 5, 4, 1, 2, 9, and 7. The Force
Solo?
Awakens. And then Solo. Yes, and then Solo.
So Solo's at the very bottom.
Yeah.
I always defend Solo because he has really good story beats, and it was written by father and son duo, the Christian. I forget they have a great last name, but he wrote or rewrote most of Episode 5. So a lot of Han Solo's characterization came from him. So I kind of always give him, but I can see why people don't like it. I understand. He wasn't as hot as Harrison Ford.
No.
I understand this.
It also felt like Guardians of the Galaxy. It felt like a Marvel movie. I fell asleep halfway through it.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I can't argue with that. It's just a preference.
It's very Marvel humor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's all of Star Wars are of the era. Also, they're kind of like James Bond movies a little bit. You can tell what era they were made. Era, without putting you too much on the spot, can you rank the Star Wars movies?
I was making a notes app while you guys were talking because you stressed me out.
To stretch it to make it a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have the sequels ranked besides 7 because honestly I don't really like them that much. So, but I ranked 3 number 1 because 3 is my favorite Star Wars movie. And then 5, which is the second from the original trilogies, right?
Empire. Yeah.
I was so shocked. We watched that in Mexico and I was shocked at how much I liked it. And then
that's great. That makes me happy.
And then 1 below 5.
Wow. Yeah.
And then 7, and then 2, and then 4, and then 6, and then Solo. Solo and Rogue One are kind of tied, honestly. And then the rest.
Wow.
It's a ranking for sure. Listen. I'm sorry. I don't know. What can I say is I don't have great Star Wars opinions, but
you know what?
You have
They're
excellent
unique,
Star Wars opinions, first of all.
And that's what matters.
Yeah. I do like 7 of the sequels. 7 is good.
7 was the one that had the most Marvel humor. So I think that's like kind of crazy.
It did.
Yeah.
I think like story-wise, I was like, I like Rey. Actually, and it's the movie. Okay, so I'm a huge shipper of Finpo, and it's the only movie we get Finpo.
Yeah. I'm also.
I think Star Wars would have been so much better if they kissed.
And what's his name? John Boyega and what's the other actor? They won that relationship.
They were open to it. It's like the worst when the actors are open to it, the fans are open to it, but it's the studio.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, they're coming in now with new Rey movies, so maybe it'll happen there.
We'll see.
Well, he's with that girl now.
They could break up.
They could break up. The girl
Paul?
Rose, and that relationship. She was cute.
Up with Rose. He didn't end up with Rose.
Yeah, he did. Did he not?
No, they kissed once and that's it.
That seems to be a common theme in Star Wars.
I mean, you kissed your twin sister once, and now they're going.
Yeah.
Okay, two last things before we let Casey eat.
We're starving
I really
her.
want to show you the other actors for Anakin.
Okay. How long is this clip?
It's like 2 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
So this is their test scene with Natalie Portman.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I've heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They live on the moons by Eco, I think. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe. Are you an angel? What? An angel. I've heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They live on the moons of Ego, I think.
Scene 1, take 1. And action.
Are you an angel? What? An angel. They're the most beautiful creature in the universe. They're so good and kind. They make even the most hardened spice pirates cry.
It's one line. Sorry.
Scene 1, take 2.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel.
Never heard of angels before.
You must be one. Maybe you just don't know it.
They
Yeah.
robbed that second kid. The second
They
kid.
I was rooting for the second kid. Honestly.
They put all their casting energy into Natalie Portman, and they were like,
No, straight up.
Yeah.
"We're done." Even though
Yeah.
Anakin's like the main character.
That
And Liam Neeson.
first kid, that was a horror movie. That was
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
We're in a different movie.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah. He was so frightened. But yeah, the second kid, he has a documentary on YouTube. I think it's called Almost Anakin or Almost Chosen or something like that. How he kind of like something happened because he almost got the part, but then at the end they went for Jake Floyd. But yeah, he's older than me now, I think. Or he's about my age.
Wow. Yeah.
No, he's younger. He's a little bit younger, but he's older. Anyway, this is the last movie of 1999. We're gonna go to the 80s, the next decade. What year? It's up to you, our one audience member, our one fan. I'm going to put a poll. I think I already have a couple going on right now. It should be out. We're going to decide, or you're going to decide, between an era. You can also help us. 1989, 1984, or 1982. Those are our 3 1980 years that we're gonna go. I think I'm excited for 1994 because there's a lot of horror movies in that year, and
Make Casey watch
I
horror.
really want Casey to watch horror movies from the 80s.
Yes. You guys should watch The Shining.
The Shining.
You never? Okay, we need. Yeah, there's a
No,
couple.
I've seen The Shining. I've seen The Shining multiple times. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
But you get to
was
watch
Nightmare on Elm Street in the 80s?
Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. Yep.
That one's
There's
so
one
good.
in 84 and I think one in 82 also. So yeah, that's the era of a lot of horror movies. Weekend at Bernie's in 1989, and I kind of want Casey to, because that's the most politically correct movie ever. So
I can't believe you guys had me on the podcast and you didn't pick a horror movie. I would have been Jesus. I would have been rambling about like horror theory the whole time.
Ooh, so we just did a Halloween special, which should be out now. I made Casey watch Cabin in the Woods, which is my favorite horror movie.
That's your
It's a
favorite horror movie?
I know. It's more of a comedy movie than a horror movie. I understand. It's very snobby also. I understand that, but I love it.
No, I get that.
Hey, great horror movies. Right now, my actual favorite is Weapons, and it just came out. Great movie.
Great movie.
Excellent movie.
Incredible.
Written
Casey
by-
is gonna get weaponed. She's gonna leave her house at 2:17 a.m. and go to the movie theater.
Oh no! That's fair. But yeah, so you can help us decide the year. In the next few weeks, we should have a few mini-sode specials. We're gonna start putting out full episode videos on YouTube. But again, Era, thank you so much. Casey, thank you so much for 1999. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I guess Casey shows my outro for this episode. What is your Qui-Gon Shmi ship fanfic? Please email it to us to busyeverpod@gmail.com. Also, you can DM us all of your fanfics, Star Wars fanfics, to busyever_pod on Instagram. We're also on YouTube, busyever. We have shorts there. We have one full video episode. We're gonna be uploaded more soon. Next week is going to be a 1999 movies that we wanted to watch, didn't watch because I have a list of 100 movies, so we're not gonna watch 100 movies, but we wanted to talk about them a little bit. So we're gonna have a special guest, Aristotle, repeating guest, and we might have it again soon also. But until next week, thank you so much. Please, as always, follow, subscribe, rate us, tell your friends, tell your family, listen to us on Apple Pod, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.